their accompaniment. I hope that we'll get some more a little bit later on, but we are going to take a short break. I wanted to provide an opportunity just to introduce the organizing team for the event space that we have going on tonight. So any members of the organizing team who would like to say a little bit about themselves, feel free to come on up. So we have Deanne Villa, Ann Poole, Tanya Lyons, Evelyn Nickerson, Lisa Katka, and myself, Juliana. And we want I'm getting these signs from all of them. So that's okay. We do behind the scenes work well. Go team. Maybe if we could just get a hand up for the organizing. There they are. There they are. Beautiful. Thank you. So I'd like to hold a little bit of space just now. Refreshments are continuing to flow. Good conversation is continuing to flow. But we do have one more member of our organizing team who's very precious to us. And I'm going to leave it to my friend Louisa to maybe introduce her and share a little story.
Does anyone know who this
No?
doll is? So I brought with me felted Greta, and she was made. This is a felted doll made by Allison Hall in Waterloo, Ontario, and Greta Thunberg has, I think, inspired a lot of youth in the past few years with her activism and her passion and her anger and her social media savvy. So I was honored to receive this last year as a prize for a fundraiser that I got involved with. It was a walkathon for an environmental organization where I live, which is in Guelph, Ontario, and it was the Yorklands Green Hub, and I walked, I don't know, like a lot of kilometers, and I raised close to like $700 or something like that for that organization. And so I thought, she's got a job to do now. Like, is she going to just sit at home and just look pretty in my bedroom or wherever I have her? So I thought I would, ask her to come up. And we've taken a few road trips. Our first road trip, it was actually a canoe trip. And it was the 2-row paddle on the Grand River. And I was invited, there's some organizers who invite Indigenous folks and non-Indigenous folks, and they pretty much enact the 2-row wampum, which is the treaty in that area. So she went along. And then I went on another trip recently, and Greta did not want to go on that trip because it involved an airplane. And Greta doesn't like to fly. But I took her anyway, and I hadn't been to visit my parents and my brother in a very long time, in 3 years because of COVID, and also because of where they live, there were wildfires. They live in the interior of BC, and last summer, the wildfires were right around them. They were not even, they were about 500 meters from their door. So I was very upset by this last summer, and I just wanted to share that little story. Like, she was, on the plane with me. And we went and saw those trees that were very charred, and it was sort of made real to me because I was worried about it. I wasn't able to be there with my family. So that's something that maybe some of you do worry about climate change. Like, I don't know if this is an area, like how does climate change affect you? Can I ask somebody, does anybody have something to say? Is it very far away from your life? So the ways in which I guess I didn't need this story to get into the lecture. So let me reel it back in. So I guess lots of what I wanted to say too was that with Greta's speaking up about climate change, there are a lot of things happening, like projects being started, such as this one, like people raising awareness about it. So that's an important thing. So I wanted to thank all the youth and all the teachers that took part in it. And yeah, so you might see Greta around if you want to come up and have a closer look at her. So,
Great. Thank you.
If you want to say, yeah, that's about it.
We got to meet her on some of the Zoom meetings while we were planning this thing, and it was always just chef's kiss moment. So good. So just one more time, everyone, I would like to thank our community supporters. So we have the Ottawa Valley Community Arts Open Studio, the Art Factory, Madawaska Valley Studio Tour, Studio Dream Share, Bayberry Designs, Killaloe Community Resource Center, Killaloe Friendship Club, the Algonquin Cultural Center, Killaloe Lions Club. I heard a whoop whoop before. Yeah. And Calvin United Church. I'll just remind everyone that in 20-ish minutes, 6:30, we're going to do our prize draw for youth artists who have submitted pieces. We are going to draw 6 prizes of $35 each in just a few moments. So that's coming up, something to stay tuned for. In the meantime, everyone, please continue to take in these art pieces. And maybe sitting with some of the questions that Louisa posed for us with Greta of how close, how far does climate change feel for you? And sitting with that as we're taking in some good art, some good music, and good company this evening. Be glad to everyone.